2 o'clock in the morning, got 2 armed invaders walked in broke in your house, 2 armed men. You're stood at the top of the stairs with something in your hand. You've got your wife and your kids fucking shitting themselves behind you. Your attitude now in the face of that threat is everything. If you have one of capitulation, it's over. It's done. You've got to access that fucking darker part of you that's hell-bent on the destruction of what's in front of you, or you'll die doing it. Simple as that. That's all it comes down to. So reframing how you think about something can change how you feel about something, which will change what you do about something and will change the results that you get back. So if you were faced half-hearted with so much fear that your strikes were ineffective, do you think you would be efficient?
No.
If you were 100% focused on this cunt's destruction with righteous indignation, do you think your strikes would be efficient?
Yeah.
But yes, they will. Right? And that comes down to reframing how you think and feel about having to deal with the immediate threat of forced imposed violence will allow you to take preemptive action without hesitation. So you've got to be willing, right? Now, if you have this strong psychological platform of willingness to act, you will win more ground in a psychological sense, in which case it will be easier for you to win physical ground. The formula is simple. If you are forced into preemption, attack with everything you have as early as you can and maintain relentlessness until the job's done. Can you picture that in your head? So imagine you hit him with that first shot and he's rattled, and you hit him with that second shot and he's unconscious now, and you're holding him up, and the third two just put him into oblivion. And now he's down. Do you understand? That kind of relentless fucking assault that will not stop until the job's done. Now, when I say to you, put a fuck you on the end of it, put a fuck you on the end of each strike, what do you think I mean by that?
Emotional content, bad intentions.
Do you know who it was that said that, although it's never ever publicised as a meme or a quote of his? Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was the one that said, put a fuck you on the end of it. He's the one, on the end of every punch, every kick, put a fuck you on the end, if you want to cultivate emotional content. But here's what fuck you really means, right? So understand that all consequences of violence are negative. That's why I started with the idea of you running to avoid an escape, right? There's no winning in violence. The best you can hope for in terms of a win would be that you've got out of this altercation relatively unscathed and you're not in custody. That'd be a result, wouldn't it? That would be a win, right? But generally, on the whole, nobody wins because all consequences of violence are negative. So if you force me into violence, there's a good chance that I'll hurt or kill you. And there's also a chance that you could hurt or kill me, because anyone can lose. If not, there's a good chance that one of us, or both of us, or me, could end up incarcerated. Heavy fines, imprisonment. If it's not that, maybe it's a civil suit that fucking breaks me financially. If it's none of that, maybe I see you in 3 months' time when I'm out with my wife and kids, and you with 3 of your mates. And now there's a comeback. Can you see how it's all negative? That's why the best self-protection will always don't be there. But if you haven't got a choice, then what fucking choice have you got? It could be the hammer or the anvil, in which case, destroy it in front of you. But here's where the fuck you really is, right? So, if you come on a Sunday, early in the morning here, you can spar in there. Anyone can spar. You get up, you touch gloves, you move around, you spar, because it's consensual combat. We both agree to be there. The thing about you striving to give me violence in the street is it's non-consensual. I want to go home and you want to give me a problem. Well, your reaction to that will determine what you do. So how do you think about somebody imposing their will upon you? If you think, oh, shit, I'm scared, then you're not going to do anything. Instead of that, you should think, how fucking dare you? How dare you? I just want to go home on a Sunday and be at home, and you want to impose this shit on me. How fucking dare you? You stepped and scratch if you want to die. What perspective would be more useful? The previous one or this one? Clearly that one, right? But here's what you're actually saying when I say fuck you. It's got fuck you on the end of it, right? This comes from somebody else, not me. Here's a mantra that belongs as the emotionally driven fuel for physical use of force, right? Fuck you for doing this to me. Fuck you for putting me in this place where I need to risk everything I have just to protect myself from you. Fuck you for making me hurt you. Fuck you for risking all of our lives. Fuck you for rolling the dice with my family's future. Fuck you for potentially taking me away from all that I love. Fuck you for potentially taking all that I love away from me. Fuck you, I won't be your fucking victim. Fuck you, I will prevail today, past you or through you. Fuck you, I will fucking end you or I will die doing it. That's what I mean when I say put a fuck you in it. You understand? Combatives training, whether it's UC, whether it's whatever it's come from, combatives training to our methods of counter-violence are 90% psychological and emotional conditioning. You've got to get your head right. Real violence is 90% emotional control, 10% skill. Skill part's fucking easy. The hard part is controlling fear and accessing the necessary aggression to get the fucking job done. And when I say access aggression, I don't mean hot, red mist, mindless aggression. I mean cold, clinical aggression. Like a cyborg, where I can switch on what I need to deal with the problem and then switch back off to be calm. So I'm going to do whatever needs to be done. I'm not going to do what's emotionally triggered out of fear, anger, or ego. I'm just going to clinically remove the threat, and that will be done with aggression. Do you understand?
Yes.
You see what we're cultivating here?
Yes.
So I'm trying to give you a reason as to why should you preempt. What is the criteria for preemption? Well, the incident that I told you about in France is the result if you don't. You know, so you want to pick what line you're in. Of course, the importance would be aware to avoid, but if not, be aware to prepare. And in preparatory sense, I'm going to fucking go first, and I'm going to keep going until there's nothing left to fight about. Does that make sense?
Yes.